Hello, this is Dr. Leo at LeTime. Salve is a solidified oil. It can help easy to apply on the skin and carry around. So it's so many benefits to help us to use the oil all the time. And in this video, I'm showing you how to make a salve by using all nature ingredients, including the beeswax and infused oil. There are two parts in the video. The first part, I want to demonstrate you how to make a calendula infused oil. And I use the dry calendula flower mixed with dry lavender buds and a bit of rose petals. Calendula has the benefits of soothing the skin, wound healing, and reduce the scar. And I also added the lavender to help bring the anti-inflammation. To make a calendula infused oil, we need the dry calendula flower. Dry is better because we gotta have oil with herb. If we have too much the water or the fresh herb, the oil and the water can make a good environment for the germ to grow. I'm using a 1 quart mason jar. So I'm going to fill the herb all the way up, doing the reading of the milliliter, that's 800. Today I'm using 3 herbs. The major one is a calendula. I'm gonna fill it up to the 600. And then I gotta use the lavender and the rose flower to add more benefits from those 2 other herbs. So the first fill to 600 milliliter. That's 3/4 of this bottle. Then I add the rose flower. Then the rest I use lavender. Making infused oil, now we can just pour the oil in with the mix with herbs. The other way is we can add a bit of alcohol. I'm using the high proof alcohol to help initiate the infusion. For one quart, I add a 50 milliliter. Is a high proof alcohol. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. It just help After pouring the alcohol, we mix them. Because using the dry herbs, so the alcohol will soak up by the herb quickly. And after we add the oil in, the alcohol will go with the oil and flow around, and that can help the extraction. So a little bit mixing before we add the oil. Today I'm using the almond oil. You can use grapeseed oil, or even olive oil. Olive oil, the virgin olive oil has a smell of the olive. Some people doesn't like it, but you can use grapeseed, the almond oil. So soak it up, soak all the herbs, the flowers with oil. You will see bubbles come up. Eventually all the bubbles will leave, and then your oil level drop, and you can just refill, just fill it up. So now we're done. We finished the preparation. The rest we'll give to time. I will leave it in cabinet above the stove because that place is a little bit warm and also dark. It's good, perfect for the oil infusion, but you can leave just on the shelf to avoid light, and the process will take a couple months. So 2 months to have a good extraction, and then you separate the oil and you can use the oil. The infused oil brings the benefits of the original carrier oil, the vegetable oil like sweet almond oil or grapeseed oil, plus the extract from the medicinal herbs. This brings the benefits of all of the combination. And now I'm going to show you how to make a salve with Centella Infused oil and beeswax. Centella Infused oil has benefits for the sensitive skin, especially to help calm the acne and eczema. After clean the face and use oil, and this will help reduce the skin syndromes. So to make a salve, we need a water bath. Turn on the heater to heat up the water. And the material we need is a beeswax. Choose the organic beeswax. And this is a pellet. You can also buy the chunk and then you cut into small pieces. And then you need oil. So I'm using the Centella Infused oil I made back in June. And this is with sweet almond oil already separated with a press. And the tools we're gonna need is a stainless steel cup. This will work as a mixer, so it's a mixing container in water baths. Will heat up, and we need a container to save the salve after we made it, and also we need a balance to measure. Okay, so the first step is we measure the beeswax. Gotta make a small batch. Using the 1 ounce that's in weight. 1 ounce this beeswax and 5 ounce the infused oil. So ratio is 1 to 5. And the ratio can be adjusted based on the texture of the salve you like. More oil or higher ratio of oil compared with the beeswax, you make a more like a fluid. I don't know, more beeswax then can make you like a more solid. So you want to find a best ratio for you, but you don't want to have too much beeswax because it will become a solid. Okay, now let's measure it. I using the balance and using the gram. So I do a 30 gram beeswax, 30 gram of beeswax, and 5 times 150 gram the almond oil. So when you see the bubbles start coming out, that's the time you put in the beeswax melt at 60 degrees Celsius. So when the temperature goes up above the point, beeswax will start to melt in the oil. Because the beeswax is made by hydrocarbon, the fatty acid is quite similar with the oil, so the both can mix well. So after all the beeswax melted, keep stirring. Make sure the mix well. Just let it cool in the air. Don't soak in the water, in the cold water. Make it cold faster. That research found that if you do a faster cold, it will become not uniform. So just let it cool down in air gradually. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something today. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.